What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Beyond Canary Zone. Welcome back to the channel for uh, probably the craziest 24 hours, not even 24 hours, in the last 3 to 4 months. Because I was live yesterday and I ended the show as I usually do on a Sunday, saying, "Let's see, maybe something will happen on Monday." Uh, Things happen on Monday, and actually things happen on Sunday evening. The moment I hit quit the stream, things start popping off, and it seemed like a lot of things were happening. But when everything settled down, the dust now has been settled. Has there actually changed anything compared to last week? If we're being completely honest, but the news is crazy. We'll talk about Pogba, obviously, Savic, obviously, Parisi, and a little update on Zakaria, because that dominated the last almost 24 hours. But before we do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that bell notification, and let's get into it. So, I messed up. I messed that one up. There's no intro. There's absolutely no intro because that's gone for some reason. But let's get into the video. The big news of the day is Pogba, Savic. I will start off with Pogba because that was what came out first when I ended the stream yesterday, and that was Romeo Gresti, Giovanni Ovenese, first Di Marcio. Everybody was saying Pogba flew to Saudi Arabia on Friday. He visited the facilities of Al Hilal, I think it was. Excuse me. And they made him an offer of 100 million euros over 3 years. So not 100 million euros per season, because I saw a lot of reports or accounts putting that news out there. That's fake. That's completely bullshit. It's almost 30 million euros plus a season for 3 years, so 100 million euros in 3 years. That was a story, and it came out of nowhere. It came out of the blue. It was strange that nobody knew that he was there until Sunday. What was even stranger is that out of nowhere, all these videos came out, from TikTok, I think it is, and that made me think, where were those videos days ago? Like, very strange. It was all like, it felt like planned, like media bomb, and now we're gonna drop that thing, and it popped off because it came out of nowhere. Pogba gone. We had rumors last week, not rumors, reports from good journalists saying he's gonna stay. He's not even considering joining the Saudi league, no matter what the offer is. He wants to stay, blah blah blah, all those things. Now, the messed up part is actually that there were already, the moment those reports came out, like a couple of minutes later, there were already reports about it wasn't about transfers. It was about religion, personal reasons, healing, all those things. And I thought that's very strange. Not strange, but like, the report was first boom, and then it was like this. The very interesting thing is that Di Marzio, he put out an article and he updated the article like 50 minutes later. He dropped the news saying he was there for personal reasons, but according to, and then he quoted a French outlet, I think it was Téléfoot 2 or something like that. They claim he was there to visit the facilities and the offer and all those things, but according to my sources, so Di Marzio said it was about personal reasons, and that made me think really hard about what did Romeo and Giovanni put out there and all those journalists, because is that from real sources or is that from Telefoot two sources? Because Di Marzio immediately said it's personal reasons. And now today, all the reports are kind of suggesting it was personal reasons. Like, all the journalists are now kind of backtracking. Actually, Romano yesterday, even in the mix of all the things going on, he said it's personal reasons, and people close to him have denied that he's gonna leave the club. All those things. So as of now, he's gonna stay, I guess. Maybe that's what has been reported today. I will say now, I will be absolutely shocked if he leaves, even for the 100 million euros. I will be shocked, and because he doesn't strike me like that type of person. And I can be completely wrong, and I can sit here tomorrow, and or even not tomorrow, like in a couple hours, and the news comes out, and he's leaving. But he strikes me like the person that wants to, you know, perform and wants to do well, excuse me, and wants to forget last season and wants to give back to the club who stick with him, for a year. That's how I view him. Again, I can be completely wrong on this, but that's just my personal view. I would be absolutely stunned if he leaves now for the Saudi league. I would. I would be absolutely shocked. I'm not gonna lie. Um, would I blame him if he takes that? Not really. I wouldn't. Should the club take it? That's a big question. If the offer comes in, and you need to get money out of him, obviously, because they're paying everybody a transfer fee. You need to get money from that league because they're burning money. They're literally throwing money away for a lot of overrated, kind of bang average players. End of their career, not really important. Nobody really cares about those players. Nobody's gonna really turn on the TV to watch Kante play or who's that guy from Wolverhampton? Like that, nobody's gonna turn on their TV in Europe for those type of players. So clubs are actually happy that the Saudi league is taking some of those players away from them. As of now, it can change in the future. But should the club take Pogba? And I was initially like, I like Pogba, but he didn't play for a year, and his track record of injury is terrible. And my gut feeling says he's not going to play a lot this season. So I was like, okay, this is it. You move him on. If you really want Savic, you bring in Savic. Like, I like Savic, but if you get money, maybe invest in something completely new. That was my thought process. Well, that completely collapsed today. Let's move on from Pogba because that's kind of a developing story. It can go either way, apparently, although the rumors are now saying he's going to stay and he's not going to leave. But it has an impact on what's going to happen with Milinkovic-Savic because he was a target. We discussed that at length. Not sure why he was a target. We have other options. We should have other options open. We have other priorities. But we're in for Milinkovic-Savic. But even yesterday, I said, I don't feel that transfer. It feels like it's being pushed by the media and the fans, but not really by the club. The club might be in for him, but it's not a real, we need to do this. We need to make this move happen right now. Like last week I said, that's maybe something for August or whatever, because it doesn't really make sense when you are trying to sell players to recoup money and then invest in the player for a position you already have. You're kind of quote unquote stacked number wise when you need other positions to be addressed. And that made my theory about we don't get Parisi because you already have 3 players in that on that area of the pitch doesn't really make sense because if you get Savic, you already have players in that area in the midfield. But Savic is gone. He's going to the Saudi League. I don't know which team. I forgot, to be honest. He got an offer you cannot refuse. 20 million. He's 28. He waited so long to make that step. He thought probably this is going to be the year I'm going to play for another club. We don't play Champions League. If he comes, he's 29, is it really worth it? I would have taken the money as well. If I waited so long in my career to make that jump and somebody offers me 20 million euros a season, I will take that. They offer Lotito plus 40 million, easy deal. We were never going to offer Lotito 40 mil. That deal was going to drag on and drag on and drag on because I said it yesterday when the report came out, Pellegrini plus Rovella plus money. I said, forget about it. That's not Lotito. I think it's crazy that people stressed about it, that the media actually puts that story out there because everybody knows who Lotito is, how he operates. That was never going to be the case. But Savic is gone. He was a target. He's no target anymore. And my point was, okay, if you now lose Pogba and if you say, well, he's lost anyway, he's not going to play, fair, but the club wanted a midfielder. If you're now going to lose Pogba on top of that, then what does that mean for the club? Because apparently they wanted somebody added to Pogba, but now if Pogba leaves, then are you going to add 2 players? What is the plan? That's going to be the very interesting point in the next couple of weeks, days, whatever. They might change strategy completely now, but that's going to be the point of debate now within the club, probably, because they wanted Savage. They wanted Savage, and he's gone now. And you need to move on to what? Who knows? Because again, is Pogba gonna leave? Is he gonna stay? Who knows? Because that news came out of nowhere, and I still think a lot of people are confused about that. But Savage is gone. One target off the board, like a real target, is gone, and that dream is done. He's never gonna play for us, or he should never play for us. If he goes to that league, 29, 30, you never should be playing for us anymore. It's done. So we can kind of stop talking about Savage, and for all those years, it's finally done. It never happened. Should have happened years ago, and he would have made us a better player. But it's done now. Like, it's not gonna happen, and we need to keep an eye on the situation surrounding Pogba. But that's number one target gone. Number two target, which is a very worrying point for me, is Parisi, because Di Marzio reported that today Fiorentina and Empoli were going to meet to try to close that deal, because it's very close. It's actually in the final stages. It's just about agreeing the terms of payment, and apparently it's going to be 10 to 12 million euros. I'm going to sit here and say two things. I do not think Parisi is a world beater. I don't think he has world-class potential. I think he has excellent to very good potential to be a very stable left back for years to come, and to take us to a level we should be going at. And then you can evaluate things. But Lichtsteiner wasn't world class. He was very, very good for us. And that's what I need at this moment in time. I don't need world class. I need very, very good. I need good, decent 7 out of 10s every single week, basically. I don't need Alphonso Davies or Hakimi, because I'm realistic. But for 10 to 12 million euros, you're losing out on a player you absolutely need. And I don't want to hear but Sandro's still here. We need to sell Kostic Jr., which is already bullshit, because they're different players, different positions. Like, that's a crap excuse. You need to tell Alexandra to, off. Find the club. Let's find an agreement. Leave. Put the pressure on him. You're not going to play. You have offers from other teams. Let's find an agreement and get your money somewhere else. We need to bring in Parisi. You can, if we lose out on 10 to 12 million euro Parisi, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? Because as of now, you're going to get Castagna type of players. Loan deals, plus and options. Players where you're looking at and you're like, yeah, you're just not really it, But that's what we need to use, basically. And that's a big issue, because that's kind of a steal. Like, with the limited funds we have, it's a low risk signing. And you might say Cambiasso, but the rumors are that he's going to try Cambiasso on the right. So that tells me they're not convinced about him completely. They're trying to mold him in something he's not, as of now. Otherwise, you just kept Cambiasso and you keep it rolling, But that's not the case. But we are going to lose out on Parisi, and I have absolutely no idea why. I have no idea what they've lined up. If we end up going to the season with Alexandro, we are weak. Like, we're really weak on the field, but as a club, you look hella weak. You cannot go into the season with Alexandro playing not even 20% of the minutes, because he is done. He's bad. He's poor. He's one of the worst left backs in the league. He is. He cost you games. And he did, and he will do, because that's who he is now. So that's very sad. It's not 100% done, but it's very close according to Di Marzio, and actually according to every single source at this moment in time. And that's, I have no explanation. As I have no explanation what we're actually going to do in this market, in transfer market, because Zakaria update, last week it was good feelings, good vibes, probably going to get closed this week, it's moving at a good speed. Today Romeo says, hold on, not there yet, So did they lie last week, or did something change this week? Did West Ham say, you know what, maybe we're not really sure about Zakaria? But at this moment in time, us not being able to sell players or move players on is what's holding up the entire transfer market for us, and it's not looking good as of now. We only have Way Out, which a player with, I don't know, so many question marks. A player nobody actually feels like, okay, we have improved. And the players back in training today, tomorrow, preseason next week, and we're absolutely far from being anywhere near ready, because again, we lost more players than we brought in. That's a current situation. That's the reality at this moment in time. So again, I'll end the video with, let's see what will happen, because actually a lot of news, but at the end of the day, nothing really happened. It wasn't really certain if we were going to get Savic. It felt like a bonus or whatever. And apparently, after all the buzz and all the breaking news, Pogba's just going to stay. So nothing really changed besides the Parisi thing, which is now very close, excuse me. And it was kind of like that last week, but now it's just confirmation, excuse me, on what has been reported last week. But I will end it with, it's not really looking good. It's actually looking very bad at this moment in time. It feels like we will be very busy, we'll start still trying to do deals very late, and I have a feeling the team will not be ready even before the first international break, and that's something I actually am fearing for at this moment in time. But again, as always, stay positive. Not me, but you guys in the comments. Let me know, will you let Pogba go if that offer comes in? What about Savic? Because, let's say they wanted Savic, and if Pogba leaves, what are you going to do about that? Parisi gone. Give me an explanation as of why you're not trying to get a 10 million euros Parisi. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like the video. I will be live in a couple hours, or go rewatch that live. I will also be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you.